Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical.
It's been a very active, severe weather evening as showers and storms have continued to push through more and more of the viewing area. We still do have a few warnings out there. First off, just wanted to take you through some of the current conditions since we've not been able to do that so far. Currently 66 in Mattoon as the storms are coming through the area there. 72 in Effingham, 66 in Paris, and 64 in Pontiac. So this is our view from our KC Summers weather camera on our Flooring America iNet. You've got the heavy rain down there and also have been noticing more in the way of lightning strikes too. This is our view of our storm tracker Doppler currently, and as you can tell by the time we get to 9 o'clock, the warnings that we did have that went until 9 have actually expired. So we don't have any warnings currently. We're going to keep an eye on things here as we go through the rest of the evening, but that's some good news there. Still do have some heavy, intense rain showers though out of these storms, and the hail has actually gone down quite a bit as well too. So we're going to look at things to be as follows. Isolated thunderstorms will be taking over as the forecast as we go later on into the night. We'll possibly be looking at more showers and storms for southern Illinois going into the southern part of our viewing area. So we'll show that with Future Track in just a little bit. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 9 on X49.
You just heard it. It's been a busy night of severe storms in central Illinois. Our team's been tracking their system for hours with 5 reports of tornadoes. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini. Jessica's off tonight. We do have team coverage, though. WCIA 3 meteorologist Jack Gerfins in our tracking center. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey is in the studio. You guys just ran a marathon from the 5 until tonight. Jack, let's start with you. What's happening as we speak?
Well, right now we do not have any warnings, which is great news there. We do have, though, a number of cells that are still quite strong. The biggest one here is between essentially south of Charleston going down to Cottonwood and eventually just kind of off to the northwest of Green up there. This is our main storm that has given us a lot of the issues this evening. This is the one that has actually provided us with all of our tornado reports that we've had here. So it's nice to see that there is currently no warning with it. The thing is, though, we still do have a little bit in the way of some velocity that we're still kind of looking at. So as I pull that up really quickly here, we do have, and it's picking and choosing now the radar sets because we're pretty far away from the Lincoln one. But we've got some strong wind gusts out of this. But the good news is, though, nothing is strong enough to give us any warnings. It's also not rotating either, which is great news here. We're also joined with meteorologist Jacob Dickey, and he's been alongside me all night as well. Jacob's got some updates on our severe thunderstorm alerts that we have out there.
Yeah, Jack, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Iroquois County with a tornado possible tag on it. Look at that. We want to go up to Iroquois County here in a second, Jack, so if we can, I'm going to send it back to you in a moment, and we may just go a little longer. Apologies for that news. So that's a new warning. No watch up there, though. The watch has been canceled for almost all of the region here. We've got Effingham, Cumberland, Clark, Crawford, Jasper counties until midnight tonight. There is a flash flood warning for Coles County that goes into effect. Here's a look at some of the alerts that we have, or some of the storm reports, I should say. Again, 5 reports of tornadoes here from Jacksonville to Springfield into Dawson, Mechanicsburg. Then there were some scattered hail reports ahead of it from Decatur. A couple came in late in Charleston here. For the most part, we think we're winding down, except for Jack. We've got to look at Iroquois County now. Let's spend a little time talking about that.
Yep, so I'm going to go up to our base velocity from Chicago, and there's some rotation with it. So it's right over the Woodworth area, so this is going to be south of Crescent City and to the southwest of Watseka. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for here. We're not going to go with this one through the entire newscast, but that is just going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on. Let me put a track on it really fast, and we'll keep on going. I apologize, everybody here. But this one's going off to the east, I believe, last check that I saw. And this one does go until 9:45, and it is for just portions of, there we go, Iroquois County for us, yep. And that does go into Benton County as well as Newton County in Indiana. But quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, that is what we have out of that one. Moving to the east at 30 miles an hour. So near Milford at 9:14, Stockland at 9:23, Earl Park, then that's now getting into Indiana at 10:40, Fowler at 10:48, and Oak Grove at 10:57. So we'll watch this one, but Paul, we're going to go back to you. We'll continue on the newscast, and we'll have more of this in the full weather in just a few minutes. Sorry for the delay, but thank you.
You guys don't have anything to apologize for today. You've just been keeping everybody safe, and I know you're going to continue to do that as long as we have storms in the area. Jacob, we'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Now, of course, to stay up to date on severe weather near you, you can download our WCIA 3 weather and news apps. In other news tonight, an update to a fire that killed a man and baby in Vermilion. The Edgar County coroner says the mother of the baby who died was arrested. This comes after his office ruled the deaths a homicide. 35-year-old Michael Phipps and 2-month-old Nettie Phipps died in that fire at their home on March 1st. The coroner says both died from breathing in carbon monoxide and smoke and exposure to heat. State police arrested 26-year-old Stephanie Sanders today. She's the child's mom and was Michael Phipps' girlfriend. Sanders is facing several charges, including first-degree murder and aggravated arson. Danville police say a 34-year-old man's dead after being shot. Happened near the corner of Plum and William Streets yesterday. Officers found him lying in the road. He died at the hospital. Police say the suspect got out of a car, shot him, and then took off. Last year, several people protested Rogue Barber Company in Champaign for its members-only policy. Now, that same business is part of a discrimination case. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays joins us. So, Jamie, what's being done about these accusations?
Paul, the Champaign Human Relations Commission held a public hearing this afternoon. Last year, there were protests against Rogue Barber Company. The company's application required clients not to be members of Black Lives Matter, white supremacist groups, or Antifa. Now, the city says someone filed a complaint against the business, saying they were discriminated against based on sex. The complaint says the customer tried to book an online appointment with Rogue Barber Company. After booking, the customer says she got a message from the owner. He said her appointment had been canceled because he only does men's cuts. The woman said she gets a men's style haircut and she had her haircut there before with no problems. A complaint was filed and a hearing was scheduled.
It's really more of setting the table, assigning a hearing officer and giving the Human Relations Commission information about how the proceedings will happen so that when the case does come before them, probably in about a month, that they'll be ready to go ahead and hear that testimony.
It's been about 20 years since the Human Relations Commission and the city had a public hearing on a case like this. The communications manager says this case could still be resolved before then. The city says that is their goal, and in most cases, they are able to come to some type of resolution. Live in the newsroom, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jamie, I know you'll keep us updated. Thanks for that tonight. Now, the owner of Rogue shut down his location in Champaign last year. The next hearing is scheduled for June 7th at 5:30. Here's a look at today's COVID numbers statewide. 32% of people in Illinois are fully vaccinated. 9.4 million shots total given across the state so far. About 78,000 plus doses is the daily average. Now, the state's reporting more than 2,000 new infections. 28 more people have died in the last 24 hours. 7-day positivity rate is at 4%. Some parents are worried after seeing pictures from Westville's prom with a lot of maskless students. The school district limited attendance to juniors, seniors, and chaperones and said masks needed to be worn inside, except when taking pictures and sitting down for dinner. But pictures posted on the district's Facebook page show few masks on the dance floor. WCIA spoke with the Vermilion County Health Director, who says they're still urging people to be vigilant, especially as we hit prom and graduation season.
Certainly feel bad for the families and the especially schools this time of year that want to have those large gatherings to celebrate milestones. There are smart ways of doing that. We're just asking everyone to please be patient.
We reached out to the district, have not yet heard back. Several people are dead after a boat capsized off the southern coast of California. What Border Patrol is saying about it. Plus, President Biden's defending his multi-trillion-dollar jobs and families plan, why Republicans are not on board. Jack, yes. I said it earlier, you and Jacob have been so busy tonight tracking storms. You're finally catching a little bit of a break, though there are some areas we're still keeping an eye on.
Yep, we got a new warning out there, which we'll show here in just a little bit after the break. But in the meantime, this is our view from Matt Toon on our Case Summers weather camera. Storms that passed there. We'll let you know who's still under the gun and who's all clear after the break.
now, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Jack Gervin.
So a single storm has provided us with multiple tornado warnings as we've gone throughout the evening. Things were quiet for a few minutes here before the 9 o'clock newscast. And then all of a sudden, up in Iroquois County, that storm just exploded there, and we have a severe thunderstorm warning there with it. And as we go into that one, you can tell that we have even a little bit of a kind of inflow notch trying to be there. That's why they've actually issued this one as a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. So still 60-mile-per-hour winds with that. 1-inch in diameter hail for Iroquois County, and then also into Indiana, Benton, and Newton counties. And this goes until 9:45 our time. As we zoom in, we've got some rotation with that one coming in on that cell. So there's actually a little bit of rotation that they're just kind of keeping an eye on here. As of right now, it's not really doing a whole lot, but there is some rotation that the radar is picking up on with that storm. So we'll keep an eye on that one. They have been doing quite a bit of that as we've gone through the day today. But down to the south where a lot of our issues have been, they are now basically lined up directly on I-70. And the one that's right over Greenup, that is actually the storm that provided us with most of our warnings this evening. In fact, that's the one that had every single tornado warning with it. So it's good to see, even though it's got maybe some gusty winds with it, some strong or some heavy rain, as well as even a little bit of some hail as well coming into the KZ area. It's definitely a lot better of a picture there. We're going to go to Jacob Dickey. He's actually got some pictures for us, and that storm that we've had has gone through the big cities in our viewing area. So portions of Sangamon County saw that, Decatur, and now even into Charleston, Mattoon. What do you got from the timeline of this storm?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about some of the photos and videos we had earlier. This was the video that was taken earlier near Mechanicsburg. It was one of those tornadoes that was there, and it was something that we will continue to watch here. We watched it and brought it to you right after it happened and continue to monitor. There's that circulation on the ground here, not necessarily seeing a condensation funnel, but right here you're seeing some of that rotation under the wall cloud. The National Weather Service said it was a confirmed tornado. Here's some other pictures. This one came from Macon County. We got some hail reports from viewers. We're showing you just a small fraction of the pictures that we had here through the area. This one came from BMET, looking off to the south towards Mattoon, Charleston. Another picture, that wall cloud right here, that again, 5 reports of tornadoes today in central Illinois. Another great image here. Folks sending them to us on Facebook, on Twitter, through the app, via email. If you want to see more pictures like these here, we've got an album up on our Facebook page as well, and we'll be putting some pictures on the web, I think, Jack, before all is said and done. So quite the impressive day here, Jack. Good news, things are looking like they're going to wind down in the next hour or two. Tell us more about that.
Yep, so we've got our future track back up behind me. We're going to be noticing things really do dry out here over the next few hours as that storm, especially the one that's warned in Iroquois County, it's going to go into Indiana pretty quickly. And then we should be dry for a lot of us during the overnight hours. Now, one thing that we're going to have to look out for will be in southern Illinois, kind of creeping up into the southern part of our viewing area. There's actually some severe storm potential down there very late tonight. So it's not going to be for us in our viewing area, but it will probably come up far enough north to where by tomorrow morning during the early morning commute, portions of our southern viewing area counties may actually see some storms in the area. But a lot of us are going to see just cool conditions tomorrow with rain showers on and off throughout the day. And so it's not going to be a very good one. In fact, a lot of our forecast days here on our 7-day are going to be cool with rain showers. Still 68 though in Champaign, 65 in Mattoon, 71 in Effingham, and cooler in Pontiac coming in at 63. Winds kind of all over the place depending on where those storms are, but they should not be very strong once these all pass us by. We'll drop down to around 56 tonight as these showers and storms move off. Southwest winds up to around 20 to 30 miles an hour, but then they'll be out of the north for tomorrow, keeping us at a high temperature of around 61 with those spotty on and off rain showers. Our 7-day forecast, as you can see here, rain showers 4-day tomorrow, cooler coming in at 61, more sunshine for Wednesday, but you got more rain showers Thursday. Not a very good looking weekend. Temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s there with more rain showers and storms. And Paul, it's actually just kind of a lousy forecast for the rest of our week. So this today definitely set the tone here, kind of making things very rainy from here on out.
Yeah, but if the rest of the week is just rain, I think people are going to be okay as long as they're not followed by tornadoes.
Correct. Yep. We should have no more severe weather here, at least maybe until Sunday. There's some storms there, but that's a ways away.
Yeah, it is. All right, we know you'll follow it, Jack.
Yep.
Thanks. And we'll have a look at our national news next.
News Leader with Jessica Coons, meteorologist Kevin Leify, and Central Illinois' most accurate forecast. You're watching WCIA 3 News at 9 on X49.
3 people are dead and several others hurt after a boat capsized near San Diego. Border Patrol believes it was being used for human smuggling. This happened around 10:30 yesterday in the morning. A bystander shot the video. It shows people jumping off that vessel before it broke apart on the reef. The boat's captain's in custody. Border Patrol agents are interviewing survivors. President Biden continued his Getting America Back on Track tour today with education as the focus. He visited schools in Virginia to promote his roughly $4 trillion Jobs and Families plan. The president's proposals call for universal preschool, tuition-free community college, and expanded child care benefits. Republicans criticized his plan for the price tag and proposed tax hikes on the wealthy. Today, the president pushed back.
For too long, we've had an economy that gives every break in the world to the folks who need it the least. It's time to grow the economy from the bottom up and the middle out.
None of my Republican colleagues are going to support a $4.1 trillion infrastructure package, only part of which is for infrastructure.
Senate Republicans have their own nearly $600 billion infrastructure counteroffer. It'll be its first indoor show since the pandemic began, who's scheduled to play at the State Farm Center later this year. Plus, reindeer season's coming early this year when you'll be able to meet one ranch's new additions.
All right, everyone, if you're watching here, we're just kind of hanging out behind the scenes during commercial break, watching that storm in Iroquois County. Been a few storms that have been popping, just that one warning, and likely, probably by the next 10 to 15 minutes, it moves out in Indiana, no longer a concern. Not overly concerned about it now. We were just getting a little behind-the-scenes chat here and kind of watching. There are more storms forming. There's a storm over Purdueville in Ford County trying to get going. Another one, batch of rain from low to Assistant Park north of Hoopston. We'll watch it. More than likely, we're going to be okay for the night. We're going to keep an eye on it. You can count on us to do that. In the meantime, storms to the south, really downward trends. That's good, as there's really not a lot of instability. Probably what happening is this is little pop-up storms are trying to get going, but won't struggle. It will struggle more than likely. So just kind of look at all the different angles we have, and if there is a circulation, it's north of Milford and Highway 1, coming to rural parts of the county, Darrow, Cutmer, north of Stockland, south of Sheldon on 24. So it'd be that part of the county. You carry in towards Oral Park, Fowler. 30 seconds.
The news continues here on WCIA 3, your local news leader.
You can get the chance to meet some baby reindeer early this year. For the first time, Hardee's Reindeer Ranch in Rantoul will open this Saturday for the late spring and early summer season. You can stop by anytime from 10 to 7 to get the chance to see 3 new babies. The ranch is expecting a few more to be born soon. It'll also offer tractor rides, a paintball gallery, and pedal car race. The ranch will be open through June 28th. And the State Farm Center announced its first indoor show since the pandemic. Grammy-nominated Mercy Me is scheduled to perform November 6th. The band's won multiple American Music, Billboard, and Dove Awards. Brad Swanson says the show is pending because of COVID. The farm will adhere to all state and locally issued public health guidance. State Farm Center did previously announce the Hot Rod Power Tour event for the end of August, but that is an outdoor show. May's here, and when it comes to gas, it's the time when they make the switch to the summer blend. You'll see the difference at the pump. Gas prices jumped over 10 cents in the past week in Champaign. GasBuddy.com says it's now averaging $3.06 a gallon. That's almost 6 cents higher than a month ago, and it's $1.14 higher than this time last year. National average, $2.89. WCIA 3 will once again be hosting Operation Honor Guard in our back lot here on South Neal. The drive will be May 13th, next Thursday. It'll run from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. There are many other places to give. Changes are in place, of course, because of COVID. We'll have more info on how you can help as we get closer to that drive. The TSA is extending its federal face mask requirements, how long those rules will be in place. Plus, there's a major hiring push at Lowe's, how many jobs it's looking to fill.
This is WCIA 3 News, your local news leader.
Masks will still be required on planes, trains, and buses this summer. The TSA extended its mask mandate until September 14th. It was set to expire May 11th. More than 1.3 million people passed through TSA checkpoints Saturday, nearly 10 times the amount on the same day last year. Delta Airlines is no longer blocking middle seats. The air carrier dropped its middle seat blocking policy May 1st and says it's resumed selling tickets to full capacity. Top brass say vaccination rates gave it the confidence to resume sales. Alaska Airlines is the only carrier that'll continue to block some middle seats through the end of the month. And Lowe's is going on a hiring spree. The home improvement chain says it wants to bring on more than 50,000 new workers at stores across the country. The company will be hosting a national hiring day tomorrow where people can apply and interview in person at its stores. Lowe's is looking to fill a variety of part and full-time positions. We'll have a final check of the forecast after this.
So we have our storm tracker Doppler up. We have seen a lot of these storms that have given us quite a few headaches this evening with these warnings really weakening out there. But in Iroquois County, we still do have our warning there, which does go for a little bit longer until, well, it's now moving more into Indiana at this point. So 9:45 our time. In the meantime, though, we'll keep an eye on things here. The 7-day, though, a lot cooler than normal. Temperatures will be in most of these days in the 50s and 60s with plenty of rain chances here. So not exactly the best week ahead.
Nah, but we'll take it for now.
Yep, no storms, though. Severe storms will be good.